Ugh. No, I don't want to rotate device. I don't want to rotate device. I want to just let me do what I want to do. Oh no! Is it working? Dang it. Okay, guys. You might. Okay, I see someone's on, but just bear with me because I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I probably should just end this and start again. Okay, there we go. I don't know. Hi. So I'm in my greenhouse. It is 45 degrees outside or around there. And in here, it's going down. I had the window open. Hi, micro farm starter. And oh, hi. And so it's a little over 80 degrees right now. It's really nice in here. I actually might take off my jacket. Man, I had my tripod set up so perfectly for what I needed, and then I got confused and messed everything up. But hi everyone. I wanted to give some updates. It is very warm in here. I needed to give some updates about the babies, as well as or the baby bunnies, as well as the garden. And then if you guys have any questions, sorry if you're getting dizzy, if you have any questions, I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but feel free to ask me. I am just, there we go, sorry. Okay, I did it. All right, okay, let's get started. Excuse me. All right, so the babies. Gideon had 11 babies, and one of them died. No, she had 12 babies. One of them died first day, and I think it was just a little underdeveloped, and there were 12 babies, so it probably didn't get fed quick enough. Then we brought the babies in, and the babies, we brought them in, and I didn't realize that I was supposed to take the hay and the mama's hair out of there, because when they went to the bathroom, they got all matted up, and I didn't see it until like a week after. And when I saw it, all of them were all crusted over, and they weren't smelling very good, and their poops were really diarrhea, and it was really, really bad. So I started cleaning them up, and I pulled all the hay and the fur out, and I would bring them into the rabbit pen every day, twice a day, dawn and dusk, to get the feedings. And oh, my husband just texted me. He got the job. Yay! That's awesome. What a blessing. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, so I was taking the babies in and out. I kept them on towels. I changed the towels every other day, and they are getting so much better. Unfortunately, we lost about, thank you, we lost about 4 babies total in this litter, and it was really hard on me, not emotionally, but more like, holy cow, how does this keep happening? Because the last litter we had, we were having a lot of predator issues, and we lost 7 to a cat that kept getting in. It was a feral cat. I pulled it out about 20 miles away and dropped it off on in a state park area, because I knew it was a feral cat. I've been asking around before I just released it, and I released it, and then 2 weeks later I saw this cat just walking around, and yeah, that cat ended up taking about 3 babies, and then there was a hawk that I didn't know that we had until I lost 4 babies. So last litter we lost 7 babies. This litter we've lost 5, and about 4, and then there's still one that looks pretty sickly but is getting a lot better. I am going to put in the next vlog just videos. It's probably going to be like a montage of just baby bunnies, so it's going to be super cute. I'm very excited about it, because like the last 2 days, and there was a really bad wind snowstorm 2 days ago, and it was like 85 mile an hour winds. And they're in a colony, but I have like 3 or 4 hutches in, sorry, off topic of what I was talking about, but I have hutches inside of a colony area, and they stay in the hutch, but it's not enclosed completely, so the cat can get in, but we're planning on doing an electric fence. It's okay. I'm trying to understand how all this works, the live and the vlogging and all that, and not try to put too much pressure on myself. But it's okay if you get me off topic, because it's very easy for me to get off topic. Anyway, so I'll take you to the hutches in the vlog probably. But so there's like 3 or 4 different hutches in there. Each Holland Lop has their own hutch, and then the mixed rabbits have 3 very large hutches because they're my babies. They're more pets and breeding stock than like actually trying to make money off of them. But one's actually running back into the hutch. They might see a hawk or something. I haven't seen him in a while, but anyway. So yeah, colony style with hutches in them, free range. Whenever we're home, they can just kind of run around the yard, whatever. We have a giant wood pile. We have a little plot of grass. It's like 30 feet long and 7 feet wide. And originally I got it for my dogs to do their business on, because they like my dog Mango, he grew up in North Carolina, and so we would go to this like acre sized park, and he would just run around and just have the best time, and the grass was so lush. And when I started taking him to parks in Colorado, it's like the desert out here, so it's all dirt, and he's such a priss, and he doesn't like it anymore. So I have a little plot of grass for him because I love him, and I have a couple trees in the yard. We have an apple tree, a pear tree, and no, apple, plum, and peach. My husband loves peaches. He's from Texas, so he is a good old southern boy. And we have the chickens, and we have the rabbits, and right now there's a squirrel digging inside of my my tree. That's awesome. Anyway, so this is the greenhouse. I'd say it's about 7 feet by 2-3 feet wide, and like I said at the beginning, it's 45 degrees outside, and it's 90 degrees in here now, and I'm in a tank top here. So that's really awesome. Does anybody have questions for me? I mean, I don't want to just fill this up with my talks. I guess it is my talks, but what's been going on with jobs? I got a job in a phone center recently. I worked there 3 years ago for about a year, and they took me back, and I've actually been doing a lot better. Back when I was there the first time, I had severe depression and clinical diagnosed anxiety, and I was having a really hard time with self-doubt and worry and all that stuff. And so being on the phone talking to people all day wasn't my jive. I'd have to run to the car downstairs and just cry a little bit. But yeah, so I've grown out of that. I've gotten closer to God. I go to church, not all the time. Like I'm not trying to make myself into like this holier than thou person at all. But I did get closer to God, and it has helped me immensely understand myself and my brain, and know that I'm able to fix that. I'm able to overcome things. This is a little thermometer for in here. I don't think it works. It says it's 73 degrees, but that's not right. How long have I been homesteading? Okay, so we moved into this house 2 years ago in July. We got my first rabbit in September. That's September after July, or when we moved in. And she had her first litter probably 4 months after that, when I got my second rabbit, who I didn't know was a boy. I didn't know she was a boy either. That's why her name is Gideon. And so I guess I've been doing it for about a year and a half, seriously for about a year. My inspirations have been Justin Rhodes, Willow Creek Homestead. Recently, in the last like maybe 4 months or so, it's been Roots and Refuge. Just because I ended up seeing a devotional video and it caught me, and I was like, okay, so you can be Christian and a YouTuber and do these things and grow your own meat and grow your own food and have this joy in your life and still have a job and do all of this. And so she recently told me that my story would be inspiring and an encouragement to people. So give you a little rundown of who we are. We are in the middle of Colorado Springs, like in the city. Like there is a grocery store literally across the street from me, and we have a third of an acre lot. Our house is probably 2,200 square feet, which is it's really nice. We have a basement and everything, and we don't have any kids yet, so it's definitely a house that we can grow in. Our garden area in the backyard, if we're counting like the whole encompassed area, is I think I have 512 square feet in this area. I don't know, I'm bad at math. But so we have a very large garden area. We have a little berry patch along the side of it, and then we have, like, we call it no man's land because no one really knows whose land it is, but everyone's telling it it's ours. But there's like a little patch of land behind. It's very small. So that might become a little tobacco patch. My husband wants to grow tobacco. They just started germinating they just germinated today, so we're super excited. There's roots. So we have the rabbits, and the rabbits, we have 2 Holland Lop does, which are pure Holland Lop. One is a pure tri-colored and one is a pure black tort, and then we have a pure black tort Holland buck. And so those are my main breeders for them. I'm thinking about retiring my black tort, and if I'm talking and babbling and you guys don't want to hear about rabbit breeds, just let me know. But then we have my large mixed doe, and she is about 15 pounds. She is a mini lot mixed with a New Zealand, and she's amazing. She's my love. Her name is Gideon. She's awesome. And then her daughter, her daughter is Sunshine. She's my husband's rabbit. She's like everything that I didn't want in a rabbit when I was breeding them, but he picked her, and she was like the runt and the ugly one, and she's just become just the sweetest girl. Her name's Sunshine, and she's probably, I don't know, maybe 5-6 pounds. But she has tiny little ears. She almost looks like an overgrown, and she just ran across the yard. She almost looks like a overgrown Newfoundland, or not Newfoundland. What am I talking about? Yeah, Newfoundland dwarf. And she's awesome. So I think that she's pregnant. She finally lifted her butt to our buck, and that always tells me that they're ready. And we've tried 3 times. This is the 4th time we're trying, and hopefully she's not barren and she can actually bring us some income, because worthless animals are not really good to have on a homestead. So, and we all know how rabbits breed, so we got to be careful about that. And then babies, we have 8 babies from Gideon and 3 babies from Honey. 11. Yes, I had to count on my fingers how much that was. So we have 11 babies and 5 adults, so that's 16. And then chickens, we have 10. We get about 7 to 10 eggs a day. Let's see, what does that say? We had problems getting our New Zealand breed. No, my New Zealand. No, my red New Zealand was constantly breaking out after, so Gideon and Finn was my red New Zealand buck. I got him off Craigslist because he was just so cute and I wanted a rabbit so bad. And so I got him, and he was ready to go from day one. And so it took Gideon a good two or three tries to have a successful litter. um and then she just started having 11, 12, 13 babies at a time and taking care of them just flawlessly, like feeding them three. Every time I talk to another rabbit breeder, they're always very impressed that she gets pregnant the first time with even just one fall off, and then she has this crazy amount of babies and she takes care of all of them. This is the first litter that she's actually lost babies because they wouldn't eat. The baby that we lost this morning, wasn't the problem. It was the does. Oh yeah, and that's what we're having an issue with our with Gideon's daughter Sunshine. She just would not, she didn't like it, but we were taking her out of her colony and putting her inside of the house to breed. And I think that she was just stressed out and she didn't want to take it. But what we did is we put the buck outside in his own little area, but like they could see through the chicken wire. And Sunshine would just sit there next to him every single day for like a week straight. And then every time she's very scared. She doesn't like to just be picked up. Like you have to go very slow for her. But the past or that week that before she was bred, we would go down and she would lift her butt at us. And the buck was like 4 feet away. So I think that maybe put the doe next to the buck for a little while, just to get her hormones going, because I know rabbits can turn on and off their heat cycle like crazy. So I don't know, that's my advice. But yeah, Gideon never has had, other than like the first couple breedings, she's never had a issue getting pregnant. She's always just been right on. And we sell her babies as pets because they're half Holland Lop, half whatever she is. Yeah, we sell those babies for like $25 to $40 a piece. And then the Holland Lops, I've already have like 3 or 4 people who are interested in them. And the broken pattern I'm selling for $90 if it's a boy. And then the solid torts I'm going to be selling for $60 each, and that's if they're a boy or a girl. I could probably charge more if they're females, but it's just too early. Like great price for me to get or a great price to buy? Because they're not pedigreed, they're just purebred. The parents are pedigreed, but I haven't gotten that far in my rabbitry yet. I think it was micro. I know, right? So I mean, sometimes I have to lower my prices, and it is going to be Easter, so everybody's going to have babies. I might just hold on to them for a little while past Easter because of the controversy of selling them as Easter gifts. But I'm usually pretty good at finding people to buy my rabbits. There's only been 2 times where I was very unhappy with the people who bought them. And one was a soldier, so I actually took the rabbits back. And another one was a young lady who lied to me about her experience with rabbits. And she actually ended up, she bought my buck, Finn, who was my first breeding buck, and she was like 4 hours away, so I drive like a 26-year-old truck that barely makes it across town, and she was asking me to come and to give him or take him back and give her the $40 because I gave her 2 rabbits for $40. And she said she had a cage, she said she had all this stuff, and then just recently, after like 3 months of them having them and saying they're doing good and everything, they told me, oh, well, we did what was best for him, and we just released him into a forest. And I was like, what? And she had the audacity to ask me to buy 2 more rabbits because those ones didn't fit in with her family. So is that, yeah, okay. So yeah, I definitely make sure who is buying the rabbits and if they're a good fit, because I don't want them to die. I'm not trying to just immorally sell these rabbits and get them killed, and I'm not trying to do that. So I know that Willow Creek Homestead, she was expressing that she doesn't find it morally okay for her to sell the rabbits because of that reason. And so that's why I just make sure that I only have maybe one, maybe two, one or two litters at a time. And sorry, I'm just always scanning because we've had so many. Yeah, I know. It's just, it was so sad. I probably cried for a good 2 hours, and then I thought about like messaging her and just kind of shaming her, but I just explained to her, if you get another rabbit, this is not the way to do it. At least take it to a pound. Like that is always last scenario, or worst case scenario, but you never release a rabbit into the wild. But I mean, I guess he's had pretty good practice with the dogs coming into my yard and chasing them. But yeah, it was very, very sad. Thank you. Yeah, give it to the Lord. Thank you. I had to end up doing that because it really broke my heart. Because he was my first buck. It was so sad. So I forgot what I was talking about. Let's see. Oh, prices. Yeah. So it's definitely a help. Everybody has their way of making money on the homestead, and we have the chickens. They're laying eggs, but we're noticing $4 a dozen is not really making us a fortune. And so we're going to keep on breeding the rabbits and only have a couple litters at a time, and just be really careful with who we're selling it to and what we're doing. Hopefully I get a friend or something out here who has maybe a New Zealand buck or something that I could breed Gideon to and make really good meat rabbits. But I don't want a large breed male rabbit on my homestead, because I've had 2 or 3 now, and all they do is pee. They just pee on everything, and they're outdoors, but they have to pee on the girls, they have to pee on my tools, they have to pee on everything. And I can't do it. I can't do the pee. I just can't do it. It's so gross to me. I can handle poo. Rabbit poo is fine. It's really great for gardens. It's just hay and pellets, so I'm fine with that. But the pee is just too much. And I have a colony style situation, so they all pee in one spot and then they pee everywhere else, and so it's gross. I don't like it. So I look into breeding services around here other than for my Holland Lofts. I am looking for a true tricolor Holland Loft buck, possibly to own, but probably just to have services. Wow, I'm sweating. I'm sweating here. It is it's like 93 degrees in here. Oh man. Yeah, the sun is out and bright today. Yeah, so that's how we make our money on the homestead. I've been finding a lot of customers at church. I go to a Seventh-day Adventist church on Saturdays, and I teach at the kindergarten Sabbath school, which I guess would be Sunday school for Sunday peoples. And I'll bring the bunnies in every once in a while and do like what we call a nature story, and I just tell a story and how to relate it to God. I'm so surprised that you don't have more. Oh, thank you. I'm trying. I think my last live video I started talking about my religion, and I lost like 3 or 4 subscribers. So I was like, all right, well, oh well. If they like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. But I'm hoping. I'm trying to be present in the live streams and posting on my other social media. Yeah, it's sad. I'm a Christian, but I have lots of friends in different denominations. They're not even religious at all, and it's not a pushy thing. I always tell people it's Jesus is not a religion, it's a relationship. And so how I relate to Jesus is how I'm going to relate to everybody else. And so if you are a Buddhist, or if you are anything else, whatever, if you are a different type of Christian, I'm not going to hate on you for that. I'm going to love you because you're a brother or sister, and we're all brothers and sisters. It's just some of us never signed the adoption papers, I guess. But yeah, this new lifestyle year and a half new, I guess. But this new lifestyle has just, it's really changed my life. My mother-in-law, she started looking into different diets. I have to open this door. It is too hot in here. She started looking into different diets and start to take things like soy out of her diet because she did find out that she does have Hashimoto's, and she stopped dairy and gluten, and she didn't have like a lot of weight to lose, but she lost a little bit of weight, but she felt so much better, and like her thyroid was doing so much better. So she told me to just try going off dairy. And at the time, I was probably 186, I almost said degrees, 186 pounds. And I've been that weight my whole life since I was 13. I was like 175, and I just was slowly going up. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I was just going to say that I've lost 50 pounds after going off of dairy. So, yeah. But you have a good day. You have a blessed night. Thank you. I'll see you on the next one. But so I guess I'll shut down my my live stream. I gotta go clean up my house. But thank you. But thank you so much for staying with me, and if you feel like it, you can share who I am or share my videos. And I have an Instagram, Hoppy Sabbath Homestead. Thank you guys. You have a blessed one. How do I turn this off?